What's happening, YouTube? LTH coming at you with a Friday video. 713 the bio, see the win here. Alright, so I didn't make it right away, but there are two things I want to cover. The Jimmie Ward news and the Nick Chubb contract being officially with the Texans. So, like I mentioned the first time I made the Nick Chubb video, expect to sign pending the physical, that he would have to pass the physical to officially be signed by the Texans. Well, now that he has passed the physical, the Texans are officially have signed Nick Chubb to a 1 year deal worth $5 million. The 4-time Pro Bowler at that. And what are my thoughts on this? I gotta say, it's gonna be pairing up with Joe Mixon. Assuming Joe Mixon is healthy going into 2025 come week 1. It's gonna be a fun duo to watch. Assuming what the offensive line do, the new look O-line do come 2025. I ain't gonna lie, I would have liked for J.K. Dobbins, who signed with Denver, to be a Texan, but hey, I'm cool with Nick Chubb. Considering the fact that I know he's had his share of season-ending injuries, including the season-ending foot injury last year, and the one before that was a gruesome injury which ended his year. But before those injuries, dude was handling business, man, giving opposing run defenses problems, prior to those key injuries that happened that ruined his seasons the past 2 years. But dude was like getting 1,000 yards almost every season, prior to his injuries that occurred. But it'll be nice if, if he could get back to how he was, even if it may take time, but it would be nice if he could get back to how he was before those injuries occurred, to 1,000-yard seasons, but if he can get at least 800 or 900 yards, minimum, that would be great. But again, the offensive line, got to do their job. But other than that, I'm happy. I'm cool with the signing. 1 year deal worth $5 million, for cheap, not too pricey, low risk, high reward type signing. But it's just all about how the signing pans out, considering if he stays healthy the whole year and how well he performs. But not to mention, I'm not mad at the signing, official signing at that. So since he passed the physical, Nick Chubb is officially a Houston Texan. So Nick Chubb, officially welcome to the Houston Texans. Can't wait to see what you can bring to this Texans run offense, behind Joe Mixon, while the running back room is already, pretty crowded. Looking forward, it's going to be interesting to see who they choose to let go, and I would say Dameon Pierce or Dare Ogunbowale, but I wouldn't be surprised. I kind of wouldn't be surprised if it's Ogunbowale, yeah, he's cool. Yeah, he's used in, various situations and all, but as much as I would predict that Dameon Pierce will be the odd man out, I would find myself choosing Ogunbowale as the odd man out. But, in the running back room. But, not saying I'm right on this, but as they say, only time will tell on who ends up being the odd man out. Because it's enough that, Dameon Pierce hasn't done a lot since his rookie campaign. But hey, if Dameon Pierce ends up staying, cool. If Ogunbowale stays, then hey, it is what it is. But let's move on to the Jimmie Ward news, who was arrested on some felony charges in yesterday morning or Wednesday morning, or one of them. But Jimmie Ward, who is now 33 on the last year of his 1-year extension, was arrested on some felony charges and like attempted, I don't know, kind of not sure, but he did get arrested and bonded out. Sure, I don't know the full details of the Jimmie Ward news, being arrested, but I gotta say, it's pretty unfortunate during the offseason that players such as Jimmie Ward are getting arrested over allegedly dumb decisions. Keyword allegedly, and since I don't know myself and other fans don't know the full story. So it's like a wait and see type thing, to see, because I believe in confirmation at the end of the day. So if it's true that Jimmie Ward did commit the crimes that he committed, I gotta say, man, he gotta bounce at this point. But if he's innocent, then hey, cool. It is what it is, but safe to say that he's getting up there in age at 33. Always hurt the majority of the time. Yeah, he did some nice things for Houston, but he just hasn't, played a full season, since his 49ers days, because, he suffered a foot injury last year, and then a season-ending injury prior to that in 2023. So, but I gotta say, thank God, we got Chauncey Gardner-Johnson along with Kalen Bullock and Jalen Petrie. Because, safe. Jimmie Ward, he's getting up there in age, man. As good as the secondary is, it's got safe to say that Jimmie Ward is pretty much getting up there in age, on the real. But let's just see what happens, whether the confirmation news about the Jimmie Ward situation is true or not. It's like a wait and see type thing. But hey, I just want to throw my 2 cents out there about the Jimmie Ward news. So let's see what happens. LTH checking on the body here. Let's go Texans. I'm out.